Hey, this is Eli, aka Devoted Day Trader. On today's day trading recap, I'm going to focus on why we should not short into the daily support. Today was my first red day of 2019. I ended the day red, so it doesn't feel good, but hopefully I will learn from this mistake and I won't repeat it again. So I traded KSS. Let me organize this. So I traded KSS, which was a losing trade, where I made the costly mistake of shorting into the daily support, and I also traded MU, Starbucks, and Tesla and Baba. This LK trade is not a this wasn't a simulator, so this LK trade is not real. So let's get to the trades. Let's start with a KSS, the first trade. So KSS, I was watching it in the open because it gapped down on news that what was the news on it? The department store had a weak December sales. In fact, all retail departments were some were struggling this holiday season, and KSS was one of them, and it also lowered its guidance. So I was patient in the open. So in the open, I waited for I think 20 minutes. So the first bar was a red bar, and then a doji. The second bar was a doji with some with a bottoming tail. But this is people that went short here, covering, taking profit, and they shorted it some more. And I went short right here at 44.66 once the low of the third bar was taken out. But the mistake that I made, well, I made two mistakes. One, I let it go past my stop. When I went short, initially my stop was the high of this bar, this fourth bar in the whole number of 45. But when it continued pushing higher, I knew that it was going to fail at the 20 EMA, so I gave it more room. But once it got past the 20 EMA, this blue line, I stopped out for a significant loss. I was almost close to my daily max loss, but I should never have been in this trade in the first place. Why? This level right here was pre-market low. In fact, the reason why I went short here was once it took out this support, which is pre-market low. But I should have waited for more confirmation. I should have waited for this bar to close. But I went short anyway, and went short at support, the pre-market support, and also on the daily chart. If we switch this to the daily chart quickly, this was support, where I went short right here at 44, support right here. So let me put this line right here. So support right here, support right here, support right here. So I was shorting into support. I mean, if KSS had lost to this level, it would have fallen off because there's no other support. So institutions or whoever is heavily invested in KSS, they were protecting this level, and I should have recognized that. I mean, that's why later on it just shot up, and I did see this coming, so I tried going long later. So once it sold off, bounced, I was stopped out, it squeezed, and then it came back down. And then once I saw this level was still holding, I went long, but my stop was kind of tight. Instead of giving it to low of day, I made the low of this consolidation as my stop, and I was stopped out. After it stopped me out, it kept consolidating in a tight range, and then after that, of course, it surged higher. So this was unfortunate trade, but I learned my lesson on it. I'm not going to short into support. My other trades, well, after that I traded MU. MU could have been a nice winner, but I got out for a break even. So MU sold off in the open. It sold off in the open, and I wanted to take it long. I told myself that if it came to well, I was waiting for this move right here, but this move did not happen quick enough. So because I wanted 3 pushes down before I took the reversal, so I was patiently watching it. So this was 1 push, 2 push, and then the 3rd push down never came. So I told myself that I'm gonna short it if it breaks out from this tight trading range, this consolidation, because usually when the price breaks out of a tight consolidation, it usually fails. So when I saw that failure, I went short. It also coincided with a 20 EMA. So on the 5-minute chart that doesn't have pre-market data, it got to the 20 EMA and it sold off. So went short here, but once it came up, this is yesterday's low. I got out pretty much for a break even. I mean, like a small profit, but it was pretty much a break even. And the move that I was waiting for happened. So it sold off. So my reading was right on MU, but I didn't manage the trade well. If I had waited for this move to happen, I could have been profitable on the name, or I could have just went short here, stuck to my stop, and I could have captured this entire move to the downside. So that was MU, unfortunate. Yeah, and then Starbucks was a nice trade, but on Starbucks, so Starbucks, I was watching it because it was upgraded, meaning that people are expecting the price to go higher. So on Starbucks, my first trade, I'm actually proud of it, but I didn't lock in profit because it didn't move far enough. And so on Starbucks, what I saw was on on the daily chart, we are above all this resistance. So it gapped up from this tight trading range, from this consolidation. It gapped up from here. So I was bullish on the name, and once it surged in the open, and then it pulled back to the 20 EMA, and on the 5-minute chart with pre-market data, it penetrated the 20 EMA because of this 20 EMA includes pre-market activity. This one doesn't, and but on this one it did not even touch it. So once I saw that, I went long. I bought here with a stop here. It did make a new high, but then once that new high ended in a topping tail, and we had this 2 red bars, I got out for a break even. And then when I think the market started selling off at this point, I went short here, and then I locked in profit. I guess I was kind of nervous because I was getting close to my daily max loss, and once I reach my daily max loss, my platform, it doesn't allow me to place any trade, and if I'm in a position, it liquidates that position. So I wanted to quickly lock in profit before it bounced up and reaches my daily max loss. And yeah, and it's unfortunate because if I just had held on, I could have captured this entire move. But yeah, and the same thing on Baba. On Baba, where's Baba? On Baba, the same thing. I saw this sell off. I anticipated this sell off, and I went short here with a stop right here, but I was already very close to my daily max loss, and I guess I have too many shares because I reached my daily max loss, and the system kicked me out, or my platform liquidated my position, and I couldn't trade anymore. And literally after it took me out to the penny, it dropped, and this was a move that I was expecting. This could have made my day because my risk was literally 20 cents, and it dropped by almost what is that, almost $1. Actually it dropped by $1, so I could have captured this entire move. This could have made my day, but I was already emotional from the KSS trade, and that's what I get. Tesla was also another trade that I made. Tesla, I saw that it sold off in the open. I was waiting for it for a 3 push down reversal, so this is the first push. No, this is the first push right here, the second push, and the third push. Usually after 3 pushes down, strong stocks can reverse. So that's what I was trying to do, and I liked these 2 green bars, meaning that buyers are gaining momentum. So I went long here, but I was stopped out. It dropped. My stop was the low of day at the time. I got stopped out, and then after that, after it stopped me out, it went down a little lower, and then of course the move that I was expecting, it surged up. So I guess the 3 pushes down is so this would be the first push, the second push, and the third push. We could ignore this push. Yeah, so well, I guess yeah, 1 push, 2 push, 3 pushes, and yeah, and then it did the move that I thought it was going to do. I think I have LK, but I did not trade LK. That was in a simulator because I was testing out a hotkey. Anyway, these are the trades. These are the trades today. It doesn't feel good having a red day. This is my first red day of 2020 of the new year. I'm disappointed with how the day played out. In fact, after I took a loss, I went to bed and took a long nap. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to comment below, and hopefully tomorrow will be a better day. Peace.